What I'm going to be talking about is when you have stayed up too late hanging out with your family. Maybe you had a super long travel day, you're exhausted, you changed environments, you had a little too much eggnog or whatever your beverage of choice is, or you're super mom and you stayed up putting together, I don't know, robots, magnets. I've done that too, where the kids are waking up and you're like, ugh, I haven't even slept yet. So when that happens, we tend to get swollen, puffy eyes. We look extra raggedy. I find that when I, living in hot temperatures, when I go to cold places, I tend to really swell up in my eyes. Or sleeping in a different bedroom where, somebody doesn't have a humidifier or whatever. There's a million reasons we can look like absolute hell warmed over during Christmas. And so this is your 20-minute guide to going from ratchet to fabulous, okay? And this really, really, truly works. Okay, so as you can see, I'm in the sauna. I know everybody does not have a sauna, but it is imperative that you get warm if you are trying to get blood to circulate to your face and your brain so that you don't look haggard. So I've been in here just a few minutes. I have a very, very hot sauna, but I want to give you some tips. So I made these double reinforced. They're awesome. They'll be available in the new year. But if you add this to your routine, so let's just say you didn't even have a sauna, go ahead and put, you notice I had on a baseball shirt. I've got a tank top underneath that. So you never want to put these on over bare skin because it's disgusting and it sticks to you, okay? So first things first, you're going to put on warm clothing. I don't care if you're full-blown Rocky Balboa and then you put your $10 Walmart suit over it and get in whatever kind of heat that you can. Even if you have to just turn on the shower, put it away from you and stand in the shower. Like, you really want to get the blood circulating, particularly if you live up north. That's step one, is heat. Step two is you got to get hydrated. When you have, especially if you've been drinking or if you've been flying, you are going to be so dehydrated. I think that the dehydration is probably 80% of just looking horrible. I'm just going to show you guys some things that I like. This is the real deal way that I do this. And trust me, I've had flights, red eyes from New York to LA where I had to be on TV and I woke up looking like there is no kind of makeup that is going to save this. And this is what works. So go ahead and get your water bottles out. And what I'm doing is I'm breaking these electrolyte tabs. There's all kinds of brands. I actually have my own and I'm still working on my FDA approval for those. But you guys are more than welcome to promote a good brand if you know it. I know people who are on ketogenic, use ketones, and that's fine too. What we're trying to do is just get hydrated. It's all about getting the extracellular fluid into the cells, and you can't do that without electrolytes. So we're putting electrolytes in one bottle. When I say you're going to get 4 of these and slam them, I'm talking like this. You would literally sit wherever your hot spot is, or if you're in your sauna suit, get on a bike and start pedaling. Grab 4 8-ounce glasses, drop in 2 nun tabs or the equivalent, and I'll go drink this in the bathroom. And by the way, to do the series that I'm going to do tonight, you only need to be about this sweaty. So if you guys put on like a sweatsuit and a sauna suit and just kind of move around, you're going to start to sweat. Let's head to my bathroom. The reason I do the bathroom is because I'm going to be blasting my face and I don't want to miss. So I don't have a problem doing my jawline, but I definitely do not recommend face blasting not in a mirror, okay? We talked a little bit about the flying and all of that, but these fascia lines and where the blood goes really plays an effect on getting blood and oxygen up to your head, which is what is going to make you look better in your face, okay? So I want to just revisit the 3 main fascia lines, which is the side line, the front line, and the back line, okay? So last week we went way more in depth, but you guys definitely want to get down while you're still hot and open the front line okay? I don't care how you do this stretch. You've seen it a million times. It's in the book, okay? But we want to open our hips and we want to open our heart center. And if you really want to add the fascia, you can come here, okay? So you're going to do that on both legs. And that's the front line. And then for the side line, I just like a half moon. A half moon is always a good thing. Just lean into it. And again, the reason why we care about these fascia lines and this circulation and this hydration is the fascia is a system of the body. And yes, you could just rub out your eyes, but if you really want to go that extra mile, which if you wake up looking ugly, you will, then this is the way to go. So this is kind of, I don't want to say it's an overkill because this is my real routine, but this is doing a lot. Okay, so those are the sidelines, pretty much. And then obviously, you know, the posterior line, okay? And you just want to shake everything out and hit those 3 lines with a stretch, okay? So first things first, this is page 121 for anyone who's got the book. We're showing the deep anterior front line. And this is one of the guys that wreaks havoc when we travel because the entire thing basically gets shortened when we sit. Look where it goes. It basically runs up our chest, like right at the surface. It comes from deep to surface and then runs up and goes all up like our temporalis muscles and all the places where we tend to hold inflammation and not get blood flow, okay? So I'm all about that deep anterior fascia line. So the first thing that I want you to do is just a nice loosening. I'm going to use the FasciaBlaster and the FasciaBlaster. You could use any of the FasciaBlasters that you have to do this part. I'm just a huge fan right now of the FasciaBlaster. I'm loving it. Now, this is not to do a huge fascia restoration. You're literally just trying to get some blood to the surface, okay? So it's light and brisk. So right now I'm actually working on several fascia lines, but I'm trying to get that deep anterior fascia line. And if anybody's doing it with me, it is bizarre. Literally, I can feel my eyes opening up when I start doing this one. Okay, so this just happens to be my fascia line that's super duper tight. And then we want to go ahead and get some blood coming through these traps and scalenes. So I like to just do it one-handed like this. Yeah, and you can do, I know there's people that are like, I do the FasciaBlaster like this, or the mini tube, it's fine, whatever. All I'm trying to do, and you can see it, everywhere I'm blasting, I'm getting red. That's the whole purpose. You want to get blood to come up to your face and circulate around the way that it's supposed to, okay? And I always do the back of my neck. So look where I just blasted and how that all comes up to our cranium. And if you can see inside here a little bit, like I went digging behind this guy's eyes earlier, trying to figure out how to show it to you. But you can see that everything that's coming up along the backside of the neck, through the scalp, everything that I was just blasting, those lines are so important. When I say lines, I mean the fascial lines that house these veins and arteries are to our eye socket.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And also look at these major ones right here. And it's super important too, if you look at everything that's running up to the face, it runs right through the brachial plexus and then down to the arms and the hands, which is why I include all of that. You could blast your whole body. I usually don't, unless I have to, okay? So we're just gonna go into everything that we just saw and just try to get the blood to flow. Okay, again, this isn't necessarily like a breakup fascial adhesion treatment. It's just blood flow. So this holiday series has been really fun. It's real deal things that can really actually fix you. So I don't know if anybody's used it, but I was in New York and did 2 days of heels and also tons and tons of walking. And I did the foot protocol that I showed y'all, and it worked. The first night I wore heels, I was like, that ain't happening the next night. And I was actually able to do it. So super happy about that. And then I just flew home, and normally it's a hip treatment that I need, but I fell asleep like this, and it was my right arm that I needed. So All these tips that I'm giving you are real tips that you can use in your life. During this holiday season of stress, travel, and just too much of too much. Right now I have the claws flat on my face. Now if I was trying to work a nasolabial fold, you know, I would go back in and be more detailed, but right now I'm just trying to get blood to the area. So I'm gonna hit all along here, under the cheek. I never do my cheek. I'm looking back at pictures from years ago, and it's like I got cheek implants or something. It's amazing. By keeping the fat in the cheeks. And no, I do not have cheek injections. All right, I've moved on to the ridge. If you can see slowly, I'm actually gripping the jaw. Okay, this is what I use to carve out the jawline. Super important too to get back up into these muscles where you have the neck muscles joining the jaw muscles. You got the masseter up here, the scalenes, okay? So don't be shy, just stay away from that cheek. Okay, let me go ahead and do the other side. Again, I start with the flat technique. And the craziest thing, I don't know if anybody's doing it with me, but you literally can feel the oxygen coming from behind the eyes. Okay, so then we're gonna move up next to the eyes. Just be careful. I use a lot of vigor when I'm over here. I just am careful if I round it out to like do, the like crow's feet. So right now it is flat. I'm putting flat FasciaBlaster on the temple. And before anybody asks, please, please do not use a regular blaster on your face. You can use it on your jaw for everything I just did, but you need the FasciaBlaster, or you can use one claw of the Master Blaster. But these claws right here are too big, you guys. I've actually seen people who put dents in their face by digging when I said not to, okay? Luckily, we've got them smoothed out now, but okay, temple, super important. Love it, love it, love it. Other temple, but I do want to move up into the hair. So I know a lot of people, their hair gets tangled. So let me show you. I've seen people put it in a sandwich bag. I love that. That's a great technique. But as long as you keep it little, you can do it like this. But being up here in the temporalis muscle is really, really important. You guys saw it on the anatomy, right? Like this is where all those arteries and veins are rolling through this head. So when I look in the mirror, where I tend to get fray is across the top and then also kind of in these corners here. So I only use 2 claws of the FasciaBlaster. So I'm gonna pull it like this and use the 2 and just go like this. Mm-hmm. Then go to the top. And then go across the top. And the same thing over here. It really is better to look. If I want like the temporary plump, sometimes I do this. Yeah. But as far as like restoring the fascia, it's all about going around them. Okay, so that's about it. Look, by the way, how plump my lips are. All right, and last but not least, I've said this with the body, and it's way less intimidating with the face. So if you've been one of those people that have been scared to do this with your body, you can start with the face. But it makes all the difference in the world. And all you do is fill up your sink, or somebody was telling me their sink wasn't big enough for their head. So you can do it like in a casserole dish, okay? But what you want to do is you get ice. Nice and cold. Any of you that live in the north, you can take it out to the snow, baby. And then you're going full face into the water. And I usually do it about 3 times. It's so fantastic. So obviously you hold your breath. Unbelievable how much better that feels. And right now I'm super red and my eyes are a little strange because I just stuck them in the cold. But give this about 5 or 10 minutes. All the inflammation will be gone. Keep sucking on your water and electrolytes. And then I want to recommend 2 products that 3. One of them I don't have. This one, I think you can just order it online. It's called a coconut cell. And I just love this company. My friend Chandra sells these at Trilogy Spa in Manhattan Beach. And what you want to do once you've done all this is just add as much moisture to your skin as possible. So if you don't have access to like dope mask like this, just get your best moisturizer, okay? So this is the coconut mask. This is a really good way to greet your Christmas guest with this, okay? You can just leave this on for a few minutes and it literally is just pouring hydration into your face. It's fantastic, okay? So I love this. If you don't have access to this, there's another product called Kat Burkie, Katburkie. And I love them because it's just under eye. And they kind of slap on the same way that this mask does. And you can just wear them around for like 15 minutes and then get ready for, you know, your makeup or whatever you're gonna do to get ready. And then I absolutely love this product. I have no idea where I even got it, but it's called Lip Smart. And it not only hydrates your lips really, really well, it actually plumps them. So.
Is it like a gloss?
Not really. I don't use it as a gloss. It's more like a, I don't want to say chapstick, but it is, I will wipe this off. So if I were still doing this for real, I would be walking around for about 15 minutes with this, you know, Jason coconut mask on. And the lip stuff. And then I would either, you know, jump in the shower and wash my hair or whatever, but I'd give it about 15 minutes from this process to the time that you actually start to apply makeup.
Nice. Melanie says Mary Kay has them too.
Awesome.
Probably the lip stuff. I don't know.
Awesome. I have no problem if you guys know products that are similar to this. I do not want to be a, you know, motivator of products. I just am being honest about things that I like. Nobody, and if you've noticed, I don't ever endorse anything, but I thought for this one it was important because I do think that the hydration is important. I do think that the electrolytes are important. I wish mine were. Anybody who is struggling, here it is again. Heat, 4 8-ounce bottles of water, one with nun tabs or some other kind of electrolyte, or like Prove It, okay? Then hot in your sauna suit, whatever you have to do, just break a sweat. Then I showed the front line stretch, the back line stretch, and the side line stretch, just to kind of make sure that your fascia is not pulling from somewhere else in your body on your head and your face. And then I went through the whole deal with the Master Blaster, the Face Blaster, going back and nuggeting everything, eye stunk, and then product.
Very cool.